Today's stories include Sucker Punch will only work on one game at a time, Bluepoint's hiring for an action game, and Summer Game Fest is getting a glow up. While all this and more, because this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Yo, what's up? Welcome to Kind of Funny Games Daily for Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Blessing, Adeoye Jr. Joining me is the master of hype, Snowbike Mike.
Blessing, what's good? Morning. Nice to see you after a fun wedding. You split your pants, so you were cutting it up on the dance floor.
Yep.
I know that. How are you?
I'm doing well. It was a very fun time. Congratulations, of course, to Janet Garcia and Isaiah for their marriage. It was a very, very fun event to go to. And yes, the dance floor was popping. But it was one of those things where I wore my favorite pair of dress pants. I was getting compliments on it. Textured dress pants. I love it. I love them. R.I.P. I'm gonna get them fixed. I'm gonna figure out a way. But it wasn't. I put out a false story a little bit. Oh. Because it wasn't even the dancing. It happened in the midst of the dancing. But what happened was a dance circle forms. Right. Janice in the middle doing her thing. And then she finishes up, and nobody's hopping in. So I know what I got to do.
You got to bring the energy.
I got to bring the energy. So I go in, I do my little breaking thing, you know what I mean? Like the few semblances of moves that I still have from when I was 20 years old, breakdancing back in the day. I bust that stuff out. I get up, flawless. I was like, oh man, okay, nailed that.
Flawless.
No rips, no pain in the knees. I'm living. I do that, and then my favorite thing happens, right? Another dude who also used to break dance back in the day, comes out and I'm like, let's go. It's going to be a battle now. It's going to be a battle. And as he's dancing, his phone drops out of his pocket. And I know the situation here. I got to get that phone because he's going to step on it. He's going to break it or whatever.
Out.
Yeah. And so I bend down to grab his phone real quick, and that's where it happens. That's where I feel and hear a pop. Like, it wasn't just a tear. It wasn't just a rip. It was like, it legitimately felt like somebody had shaken up a Pepsi bottle and then opened it. It was a pop. And I was like, well, I'm not dancing anymore. Now I'm going to stand as humbly as I can, trying to make sure nobody's seeing the gigantic tear that's my pants. But it was a really good time.
That's great to hear. You also went to the Elden Ring concert as well.
Yes. Another great time.
We got to hear a small story about that, but we heard you had a good time as well.
Yeah. It was me, Andy, and then I didn't know they were coming, but Alana Pierce and Rahul Kohli showed up as well.
It's a party.
We went to the Hard Rock Cafe afterwards. It's a really, really fun time.
Good.
I did fall asleep during the Elden Ring concert, though.
We might have heard you were dozing just a little bit, just a little nod.
It wasn't a little bit. It was a lot of bit. I caught most of Act 1. Okay. Act 1 was dope. They were making their way through essentially all the major bosses in Act 1. Act 2 is when they're getting into like more of the unique areas, right? You got the Siofra stuff, you got everything else. And I swear to God, 10 minutes into Act 2, knocked out. I tried my hardest.
You're a busy man, Bless.
Sometimes
the music hits just right. Maybe the AC in the theater seat just hits you right there.
Yeah.
Good night.
It was a fun one. Have you been to the Dolby Theater?
No, never.
We're going to talk about the Dolby Theater later in the show.
Oh.
But before we get there, I want to remind you that this is Kind of Funny Games Daily. Each and every week, they run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. For a chance to be a part of the show, some of your thoughts and opinions as YouTube Super Chats as we go. Some housekeeping for you is a fun one. Friends of the show, Joey Esposito and PandaMusk, have launched a Kickstarter for Madam, their new original horror graphic novel. What if Mary Poppins practiced black magic and traveled from family to family, searching for human sacrifices to extend her immortality? That's how they describe it. If you want to check that out, we have a link for you, kindoffunny.com/madam, MADAM, if you want to go support that, or at the very least, check it out. Also, if you don't know PandaMusk, all this year, we've been doing our Patreon exclusive items that are designs that are based off of each of the members here at Kind of Funny. PandaMusk is the artist that does those designs. And so if you've seen any of that art and go, oh, that's really cool, you like how that looks, then yeah, you should check out Madam over here on Kickstarter. Mike, what do you think about this?
Badass looking. That's going to be some
super
talents
cool
there on the page. Very excited about it.
Yeah. Of course, we're an 11-person business, all about live talk shows. So today, after KFGD, you're going to get Gamescast, which is our Pokemon Legends Z to A review. That is Tim and Greg sitting down to talk about it. which I can't wait to listen to.
Pumped up about that.
I've not gotten to touch that game. Of course, it's Nintendo, so they only give us a certain amount of
We
code.
just look on from the sidelines and go, maybe it will be our turn one day.
Mike, this is what I need.
Tell me.
I need video game studios to get back to releasing bad video games.
Oh, really?
Because this is too much. Every single day I wake up and there's new 8s and 9s and 10s.
You didn't play enough Crime Boss Roque Cité?
I need more of those crime bosses. I need more. What was the really bad one that came out earlier this year?
Mind's Eye?
Yeah.
We got plenty of those, but if you want to go down a rabbit hole,
less good games.
I'll bring you over there. There's plenty of them, Bless.
I legitimately, I have now booked out like this week and next week in a way where I am just playing video games and that's it.
Yeah.
Because I'm juggling like 4 different reviews at the same time.
Of course.
Hades 2 still has its claws in
I
me.
saw you last night. You see me invite you?
I did. I got so many
spamming invites to you.
Yeah, which we're gonna talk about that later also. But yeah, I was getting the invites and I almost put it down to play that. But I was also playing another review game. There's too many good games.
Too many good games, man.
I know it's a controversial thing to say, but stop it.
Tomorrow, Cuff Bus comes out. That's
Cuff
the
Bus.
cute jelly bear game where they're trying to break out of prison, if you remember.
No.
Very exciting.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yes.
Wow.
10-player, hot mics everywhere.
You got your
People
finger on the
screaming.
pulse, Mike.
I'm trying
I would never have known about
trying to
Cuff
keep
Bus
it up
coming
right
out.
now.
And then after Gamescast is the Kind of Funny podcast. Then the stream is a sponsored bus-bound stream.
Get ready. Nick's going to drive a bus. It's going to be a lot of
Oh,
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great time.
well, is that all? Is it just a bus simulator?
Uh-huh.
or-
Uh-huh.
Okay. Is it one of them ones?
A multiplayer bus simulator as well. You and up to 4 friends can take over a city and start driving bus routes.
Oh, that's fun.
Pretty cool.
Is it what kind of city? Like I saw a video of bus in like these mountains in Europe. I don't know which country.
Oh, you're talking about the RV one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have such a narrow like lane to kind of pass people, and it gives me so much anxiety when I see those.
Shucks.
Those videos.
Okay, you're talking about a different one. Yeah. This is going to be what we're playing today. It's going to be a ton of fun. Me, Joey, and Nick, your simulator crew, is jumping on board. So gear up and get ready. It's going to be a fun sponsored stream on this one.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks way better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, you know it, baby.
This has graphics. I like this. This looks good. If you're a Kind of Funny member, you can get today's Gregway as always. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Carl Jacobs, Omega Buster, and Delaney, the Psalm, Twining. Today we're brought to you by Shady Rays, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. It's time for some news. We have 5 stories today.
Baker's dozen.
8 minutes in for the person in the Spotify comments who wants to.
We're crushing
let
it.
us know.
I'm
Well, no,
staying
8 minutes is
quiet.
bad.
No, 8 minutes is
They want us
bad.
to get into the news like through at least that guy, not everybody. It's mainly that one guy that wants us to get into the news like 2 minutes in.
We're getting close then.
But
We're
I
getting
also
better.
here's the thing. I wasn't gonna say it. It's a slow news day. We can
I
fuck
have a
around
lot
here.
to talk about, Bless.
Really? All right, let's talk about it. Story number 1. Sucker Punch will remain a single project studio after Ghost of Yotei. Boss suggests. This is Andy Robinson at Video Games Chronicle. PlayStation's Sucker Punch Studio will remain a single project developer following Ghost of Yotei's release, it is suggested, so fans shouldn't expect it to work on multiple franchises simultaneously soon. Speaking to VGC in a broad Ghost of Yotei retrospective interview, Sucker Punch co-founder and studio head Brian Fleming discussed the developer's determination to stay relatively small in AAA terms and how it'll decide its next project after multiplayer add-on Ghost of Yotei Legends releases next year. Quote, "The truth is that whatever we do next, whether it's continuing Ghost or going back to Sly, the decision is really more limited by, again, our cherishing of focus and time to iterate, which means that we really can only do one thing at a time," he said. If we were good at juggling 4 projects, yeah, we'd have a remaster and let's go do one of those and do some fan requests. That would really be popular. But we only get to do one thing. So it kind of has to be your best idea, right? And that's really clarifying. It's not like there aren't 15 good ideas, but you only get to do one. And by the way, you only get to do one about every 5 years. So that choice is really important. I mean, that is choosing your college and your major every 5 years. He continues, at 30 years, we now have employees who are kids of former employees. We have employees who weren't born when the studio was founded, he said. And you also have enough changes from Sly to Infamous to Ghost, that part of those changes, when they happen, is that it means not just you're walking away from Tsushima, and not just that you're walking away from the actors in Tsushima, but you're walking away from the employees who have been part of the studio for the last decade because they don't want to do a game set in a historical setting, end quote. The director of Infamous series recently said he'd love to revisit the franchise one day, but suggested that no such plans are currently on the table. Mike, Sucker Punch. Did you play Tsushima?
No, but I'm playing Yotei.
Oh, you are playing Yotei.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, how do these comments hit you?
This sounds like a very rational, smart, and understanding team that knows what they're about, right? I like having a focus. I like hearing from a team that says, hey, we understand ourselves. We kind of know and understand our workflow after 30 years in the games industry, and we don't want to overdo it. We don't want to spread ourselves thin. We want to be able to give you the best polished product, and of course, we want to iterate on that. Also, you hear it on the flip side, yeah, we'd love to. We got 15 different ideas. We'd love to attack them all if we could, but we're on the smaller side. That's how this studio is, and that's what we're going to be.
Yeah.
I like that.
1,000%, right?
No problem with this.
Yeah, like not every studio needs to be working on multiple projects at the same time. I also think that it's such a nice luxury as a video game studio to be able to be like, hey, we have the backing and the, seemingly safety net of PlayStation, so that we can spend 4 to 5 years working on one project, have it be a thing that we're proud of, put it out, people like it. All right, now let's focus on the next big creative thing, right? Or let's focus on Legends. Let's take a little break and focus on that. All right, cool. Now it's on to the next big project. Do you think we get another Ghost game?
No, I don't think we will. I think we will move on to something different this next time around. I don't see Ghost as a trilogy, we'll call it. I know it's not the story following itself, but we'll call it a little package trilogy like we see from a lot of Sony first-party titles here. I think it will just be the duology.
The duology, there you
From
go.
you right there, big dog. I think we'll end after Yotei here and switch gears into something different, which will be exciting. Of course, a fun one to talk about is that 5 to 7 year road cycle, right? Of that is a long time. Your fans are craving more, especially when it's a single player focused game. That usually is, hey, Blessing, here's Ghost of Yotei. Blessing beats it in a week to 2 weeks. Maybe you chew on it for a month or two, but you're not chewing on it for 5 to 7 years as we develop the next big thing, right? So it is a very long cycle that we've gotten ourselves into in the AAA space. We know that. That's why teams have kind of splintered off and made smaller teams within the studios to start ramping up different projects. When one project stops, we move to the next one. This team is saying, hey, we don't do that. So it is now kind of twiddling your thumbs waiting, but they have the multiplayer project as well that will get some time and some player usage out of it for the next couple of months, years, hopefully, right? And so you still get the Sucker Punch love, but if you're a diehard Sucker Punch fan, now you go to the board and start throwing darts of Infamous, Sly has been mentioned now.
Yeah.
That's exciting and wild to think about. What really is next here? And what does maybe PlayStation want out of this team, right? We know the PlayStation directive, right, is we've moved away from live service games. We definitely are focused on the third-person action adventure narrative-driven games that PlayStation and Sony Studios are known for. What does that look like now in 2025 when I say to you, hey, Blessing, what about Sly?
Well, when you say what about Sly, I totally understand that question because Sly Cooper is a beloved franchise. People love Sly Cooper, right? And I do think that a modern PlayStation doesn't shy away from a 3D platformer. We have, you're coming off of Astrobot being game of the year in the year that it came out, right? You're coming off of that being a major success, especially when you're talking about word of mouth and what that does. I think when I come back to who Sucker Punch is as a studio, I do then wonder and think about, is Sly Cooper something that you want to go back to? Has your identity changed so much that you're not the Sly Cooper studio anymore? I think PlayStation as a company would probably be thrilled if somebody would make another Sly Cooper for them. I do think that there's value in that. One of the things that sticks out to me here in the statement from Sucker Punch, right, from Brian Fleming, is him talking about how when you say goodbye to Tsushima, you're saying goodbye to the actors. You're saying goodbye to maybe people who preferred working on this specific type of game, right? It is, when you're transitioning to something way different and way new, I think that is such a overhaul on what that structure and what that workflow looks like. And I think there's been a natural evolution for Sucker Punch. When you talk about going from Sly to Infamous to Ghost of Tsushima and Yotei, especially when you're talking about Infamous to Tsushima, you can kind of see the connective tissue as far as, okay, you guys are making an explorable open world action thing. Okay, all that DNA exists in Tsushima, even though this is, such a evolution of what you've been doing. Yotei is a sequel to Tsushima, right? And it is such a sequel to Tsushima in ways that feel, I think, more iterative than ground up. And I don't mean that as an insult. I just mean that as it is what it is. I think if you're going to do something way different, if you're going to go to a Sly Cooper, that changes a lot of like the processes that you've already created. My prediction is that you do a new IP and it is another open world thing. Maybe it's another different historical setting thing.
Okay.
I don't know where you go though.
Could you go back to an Infamous then? Making an open world superhero-esque game?
I think Sly Cooper is more likely than Infamous.
Really?
Mainly because I think PlayStation would look at Infamous and be like, why?
We have Spider-Man.
We have Spider-Man. You're about to have Wolverine.
Well, we have Ratchet and Clank. We have Astrobot.
Yeah, but those are like that's just genre. I think when you're talking about a superhero video game, like PlayStation's output of superhero video games, that is on lock. I think you're stepping on yourself if you put out an Infamous. I think it comes back to the Days Gone Last of Us conversation. When they announced Days Gone, everybody was like, oh, interesting.
More zombies.
Yeah, more zombies. We already kind of have a lot of this.
But this guy's on a bike.
This guy is on a bike.
He's on a goddamn
and you're
bike,
going to look
bro.
at Infamous and be
Just
like,
so
but this guy shoots out electricity. And be like, Miles kind of does that, but I guess.
Yeah, it's a fun place to be in. And like you brought up with the team members leaving, the actors leaving, it's like a graduating class, right? Of like, people are going to move on to bigger and better things. And that's what you want, right? You want to teach your young superstars the ways, the processes that you've done and say, hey, now you have the skills. You can go anywhere with them. Go off and go to a bigger, better place or stay with us. We hope to grow you. We hope to be able to do all that for you, right? But that is the process of this, of like, training up these artists, teaching them the ways, and then saying, hey, you can go somewhere, start your own team. You can go somewhere new and be able to take a larger role because you're capable of that now. And so, yeah, who sticks around? What do you really want to do? Historical stuff, it's an interesting one, Bless.
It's tough.
I don't know if I want that, Bless, but we'll see. It fits the portfolio well,
It fits their portfolio well. I think the question is, where do you go that hasn't been gone before? Because I in the way that Ghost of Tsushima, I think is so good at being that samurai like fantasy, right? And like Ghost of Yotei is so good at being that. Like we have like the American Western with Red Dead Redemption. It's like, don't touch that. They've already mastered that. Kingdom Come Deliverance is such like a good example of that medieval setting as well. What is a setting that also fits the vibe of what these games are at heart? Because these games are more Assassin's Creed than they are like a Kingdom Come Deliverance or even a Red Dead, right? I think they bounce it a little bit as far as how well they immerse you into that world, but there's that checklist nature that for me speaks more toward an Assassin's Creed style of thing. And Assassin's Creed is another one that loves to jump between the different historical settings. So is there something that hasn't been touched yet?
Now, what about the fun of trying something completely new? Are we so established after 30 years, we're a cog in the machine of PlayStation Studios, that it is too much to step out and do something completely different and new?
I mean,
say I want to
something
be
new.
Killzone. All of a sudden, say maybe it's not Killzone proper, but like if I wanted to do another first-person shooter like a Resistance or a Killzone, is that too far out of the norm?
I think that's a fascinating idea.
You know
I wouldn't even say like a Killzone or a Resistance, because I think that, no offense to those games, I think that's pigeonholing a little bit, right? But I think something that's new and fresh, and like I love Wolfenstein so much, right? I love a Titanfall so much. I love Doom so much, and I think there's more space for games to do what those games did with first-person shooter campaigns. So I think that'd be wonderful. I don't know if this team would do it. Maybe they would though. Like I do like that idea of doing something that's like outside their wheelhouse.
It's one to see of right now. They have really figured out a really good formula for the multiplayer with Ghosts of Tsushima Legends and Ghost of Yotei now doing a Legends type spinoff. Like they have shown that they can also do a multiplayer type situation here, a fun co-op PvE. So what could you build off of that? I know we're trying to avoid live service games, but like here's a team that has shown we could make something fun. I think of games like Ghost Recon Wildlands and Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which are these 4-player intimate co-op. I'm
waiting for you to say a specific game, because there's Division. I do think you bring up Tsushima Legends and Yotei Legends that's coming up. One of the things that Ghost of Tsushima Legends does so well is the gear and the grinding and trying to figure out like, okay, this is what my build is going to be. They did a really, really good job of that. I think the way they executed on those features is underrated for for what Ghost of Tsushima Legends is. I could see them taking that into something that's a bit more fully fleshed out. The one thing that makes me wince a little bit is I'm like, I don't need these PlayStation studios to keep on trying to do live service things. If you're gonna make that type of game, I need you to mean it. Like, I need it to come from the fact that you have a brilliant idea and actually believe in this creatively. I do not want it to come from the place of PlayStation, we want to make more money for the company. You know what I mean? We want to create something that's got to be the next Fortnite. We're going to make something that's got to be the next, like, I don't want that. But if there are people within Sucker Punch coming off of doing the Legends games that are like, oh man, Division's not coming out, and there is a space for this kind of game for us to come out and shine and really make a really good one of these, then make it. I'll be so fucking down for that.
A really talented studio after 30 years, on to the next kind of program here, and it will be exciting to see. I think they stay in their lane, of course, as we talked about at the beginning of all of this. They'll probably stick to the single player, probably open world stuff that we're used to there, Bless. But It will be interesting to see, do they go back to the old IP like Infamous and Sly, or is it something different? I don't think we get a Ghost 3.
I don't think we get a
Ghost 3. That's my only prediction here on that.
Yeah, I would be so down to get something new. I really enjoy Tsushima and Yotei, but I think Yotei I was watching the Skill Up review of Ghost of Yotei, and I think he hit on something that I didn't know how to vocalize in my review, as far as how well Tsushima really captured what that type of open world game is. And really, I think I don't want to say perfected it, but I think took it to a level where it's like, oh man, okay, this is the most refined version of what this could be. That's legitimately how I feel about Tsushima. And Yotei, I think, has a tough task as a follow-up, because Yotei has the choice of being more of that or totally redefining what it is. And it ended up being more, and that's great. That's awesome, right? It's gotten good reviews. The audience loves it, all that stuff. But I don't really it doesn't like light my world on fire in the way that Tsushima did because of that, right? Like, I don't look at
That's a tough task to do, is right?
It's a tough task to do. I don't look at Ghost 3 and I'm like, oh man, I need Ghost 3. It's like, well, I have Ghost 1 and 2, and those get the job done well enough. I don't need a Ghost 3, but if they're able to find something new with it, maybe. Bringing in some super chats for you. Dean8149 writes in and says, Ghost of Tokyo, modern day or slightly future follow-up to Ghost, the Desmond game we never got. I kind of like that idea of like almost like a Ghost of Tsushima Blood Dragon.
Yeah. Okay.
Spenny says, happy Canadian Thanksgiving, guys. Just got back to Canada after being in Minnesota for a week for twin sister's wedding. Much love to y'all.
Congratulations on the twin sister's wedding. That's a beautiful thing. Celebrating love. And of course, happy Canadian Thanksgiving to all of our best friends up north. We love you, appreciate you. Thanks for putting up with us.
Happy Thanksgiving. Ty Wilkins VO says, I love this and I love the transparency. I would love more Infamous or a modern re-envisioning of Sly, but what they're choosing continues to be bangers. And I love that they know what works for them. I think that's one of the things I really love about the studio the most, is that they've made such good choices as a studio up until now, right? As far as like the kind of projects they're making, what kind of game Tsushima is, right? Like, even coming off of Second Son and First Light, like, I've only seen the upward trajectory from this studio. And I think we're going to continue to get that.
Yeah. Love the transparency, like you said, right? Love to see behind the scenes of like, what is the team thinking of? How does the team operate? There it all is for you.
Yeah.
We're on a single track. That's what we do.
This is what I'll say. Bring back Rocket Robot on Wheels. You ever play Rocket Robot on Wheels?
I've never even heard of that.
Oh, dude, I was obsessed with Rocket Robot on Wheels. That was their game. I think that was their first game.
Okay.
N64 3D platformer.
Oh, okay.
You play as a robot on wheels named Rocket. The first level lets you kind of like make your own roller coaster.
That's dope.
Ahead of its time.
Ahead of its time.
Dude, I fucked with Rocket Robot.
9 out of 10 on IGN.
This is a good game.
Okay.
I was at Family Video every other week renting Rocket. It was Rocket, Wave Race, and Paper Mario. And let me tell you, don't rent Paper Mario because you're never going to beat that game.
I love it.
Arturo Tron, Robo Bartender, writes in and says, can we pour one out for the master of Neo Soul, D'Angelo, rest in power? This one broke my heart this morning.
I don't know.
D'Angelo, D'Angelo, legendary R&B artist, passed away pancreatic cancer this morning. So rest in power, D'Angelo. No, that one hurt my heart for sure. Gondor's Condor writes in and says, they're on Hades 2. They rolled credits today at 171.9 hours.
Ooh, Gondor's Condor. Good for you. That's crazy.
This is Rocket Robot on Wheels, by the way.
Yeah, look at that, dude. I like that. That's like Glover days back in the day on N64 for me, is right?
Man, let me tell you. What resolution is this? It looks so bad.
Solid.
Let's move on to story number 2. Following the cancellation of its live service God of War, Sony's Bluepoint is hiring for a third-person action game. This is Chris Scullion at Video Games Chronicle. Sony's Bluepoint Games is hiring for a new third-person action game following the cancellation of its live service God of War title. In January, it was reported, then confirmed, that Sony had canceled a live service game in development at Bluepoint, as well as one in development at Days Gone developer Ben Studio. It was subsequently reported that Bluepoint's canceled live service game was believed to have been based on the God of War series. Now, as spotted by Tech for Gamers, the studio is hiring again and appears to be sticking to a similar genre for its next project. An ad listing for a senior combat designer role says applicants are expected to have a solid understanding of combat systems and mechanics for third-person melee action experiences, as well as at least 5 years of professional experience in combat design, suggesting its next game will feature such gameplay. That do anything for you, Mike?
Let's get the joke, Mike, out of the way.
Yeah.
A Sony third-person action adventure game? You don't say.
Come on.
I have
Come
to get
on.
it out really
No,
quick.
do it.
Yeah, it always builds up in me. But of course, yeah, this sounds right on point for this team. Like Bluepoint, what is next after that cancellation? What do you want from this team? And I think giving them the freedom to build an action game like this that we probably know what is in Sony's portfolio, what they're kind of looking for, what resonates with the audience of gamers that they really attract. This seems right on point for me on this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always in the mind with job listings now where I don't love like hard speculation off of job listings because there's a million reasons why you might be looking for people with a particular skill. Maybe somebody who had that skill left the company, and so you're just looking to replace that person. And you were doing that with the last God of War, live service thing that you're making, and so they just happen to have those skills. So you're looking to somebody to replace that for whatever future thing you're making. That said, if I'm gonna speculate, right, a solid understanding of combat systems and mechanics for third-person melee action experiences. What's going on with Bloodborne?
Okay, so let's reel it in really quick.
What's going on with Bloodborne, Mike?
Bluepoint, the team that is known for some of your favorite all-time remakes, right?
Yeah.
Taking those games that you love and hold so dearly and bringing them up to the next-gen level and being able to play them nowadays, right? Is this something that you go to of like, hey, let's just get back on the remaster train? Or is this something of like, hey, are we giving the team the freedom now to create their own?
I want Bluepoint to continue to remake things.
Okay.
I think it's totally okay and admirable and honestly really fucking dope to have a specialty as a studio. And I think if your specialty is making the best remakes in the game, fucking be the masters of that shit. Like, why is Bluepoint, why were they making a God of War live service game?
I mean, you know why. God of War was the hottest IP on the planet at one point when they probably made that idea. Fortnite and live service games have been all of the rage for the past 10 years. It was a match made in heaven to say, hey, make me a Division-like, a Fortnite-like God of War multiplayer game. And everybody was like, print it from the ceiling, baby, because it's money.
Yeah.
I mean, like that, you know why.
Yeah, but it's a dumb idea.
Well,
it's a dumb
in
idea.
hindsight, it's a dumb idea. But if you were the penny pushers and the bean counters and the businessmen of it, you'd be like, no, like that's a brilliant idea. How do we achieve that? And then the game developers were like, it just doesn't click like that. And you're like, oh, I didn't know it. My thing is just money, right?
And that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
You need people in the room that know video games and understand video games. And I think the more that I've been able to think on this and talk about this, right? For me, it keeps coming back to the Ship of Theseus thing of how much can you do to a God of War game before you alienate God of War fans? Do God of War fans want a live service God of War game? What does a live service God of War game look like? Is it just Division? Is it like what's a comparable, Mike? What is a third-person melee action live service game, like multiplayer one?
Godfall.
Exactly.
I mean, I would push back on you of like maybe not the live service, but like, could you make a 2-player, really grounded God of War game?
Yeah.
Could you have you and I playing through and you are Kratos and I am, maybe it's Atreus, maybe it's, who was the lady? The badass lady with the birds and she was out in the woods with her Freya?
Freya, yes, thank you.
Could you make a Kratos and Freya video game where the two of us are playing at the same time?
Yes, you can.
Now, of course, this isn't live service, right? But this is a multiplayer co-op experience that has not been seen in a God of War like that before.
I think that's a different conversation because I 1000% agree with you. Because in that regard, I'm thinking of a split fiction, and it probably wouldn't be a split fiction, right? But I'm thinking of something that's more contained, something that's a bit more still curated and quality and all that stuff. This article says live service. Like the reports were live service. And I just don't see it for God
They
of
had
War.
a plan of also you could point to other live service games, Diablo, right? It could be a very similar Diablo type thing.
Are you making it top down?
What if it's a top down twin stick? What if it's an isometric kind of beat 'em up?
And then I get to the thing of, do God of War fans even fuck with that? No.
Well, they've never tried it though. At the same time, that would be the counterpoint. It's like they've never seen something like that, right? They've never experienced that.
If I took your favorite game and turned it into a completely different game,
Halo Wars,
okay,
Halo Spartan Assault, right? Like we're talking about taking these these sandboxes and letting different people play in them, right? So like you do have to have the freedom and not the trepidation to say no at the beginning, right? I think our problem sometimes as gamers or from the outside looking in armchair quarterbacking is to immediately shut down the ideas instead of maybe thinking them through a little bit more of like, hey, like play in the sandbox. Here's this great IP. A live service God of War from Bluepoint is not taking away from Sony Santa Monica making the next God of War.
Yeah, but but I do think it's taking away from Bluepoint making their next great remake.
That's the other counterpoint, right?
Yeah.
It's like now you have a studio here, and maybe they came to Sony or Sony came to them. And that idea started to form. And then we saw certain cancellations with other games where it's like, hey, we're not hitting the mark here where we thought we would achieve. Let's slow down. Let's stop. Let's reevaluate. And they said, this God of War project, not good enough, like you're saying, Bless. And so they've canceled that. But now we get into the game of, are they the remaster machine?
I think
give me 5 more remasters that you want. Because my worry is like you bring up Bloodborne, and I know the audience does too, but it's like, if this team is going to be remaster only, what are the remasters that
I'm
we're
saying
attacking?
remakes.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like remasters. We're remaking your favorite old games.
Yeah.
What are the next 5 that I can at least have a runway with to look at this team and say, this is the right move, focus?
Uncharted 1.
Uncharted
I think
1?
Uncharted 1 through 3, honestly.
Okay.
What was the one I was just thinking of? Oh, I mean, Bloodborne. Even though I don't think Bloodborne is happening, I said that at the top of this, but I genuinely don't think they're doing that. I think it'd be great if they did that. But from conversations I've had with people, things I've heard, I don't think PlayStation. I think PlayStation's just too scared to touch Bloodborne. I think they respect FromSoft too much, and they don't want to like do anything that's going to make them go, we didn't like that.
There's got to be a dollar amount. There's always a dollar amount.
I mean, there's always a dollar. A Bloodborne remake would do fucking fantastic. And who knows? There's been the Sony, them putting money into Katakawa, the parent company of From Software. I know those relationships have hardened and strengthened more because of that shit, right? So like maybe now they're in a place where they're like, okay, no, we feel comfortable enough with this process, greenlight it. Who knows? I don't know. But I'll put Bloodborne in that list. If I'm speaking personally, I don't know if it's probably not a moneymaker, but I would say Eco. Coming off of making the remaking Shadow of Colossus, Eco's another beloved game. That's more of a critical one as opposed to like this is gonna sell. But that would get fucking amazing reviews if Bluepoint would end up remaking Eco, and I think they do a great job. What else? I mean, honestly, I look at the PS2 and PS3 era, and
of course,
some
of the chat has put up.
There's a lot of platformers like Sly Cooper, literally. Like if you went back and remade the Sly Cooper games or remade the older Ratchet and Clank games or whatever.
There is a big business to tug on nostalgia and remake some of your favorite old titles for sure. And to have a very talented studio like this, I think your first move would be Bloodborne. Like the first conversation in the room is like, whatever it is, we have to do Bloodborne. Let's figure it out. That's the biggest moneymaker. Because the catch is like, these remakes, as great as they are, and like the nostalgia pull, are they the biggest selling things on planet Earth? Are they at the end of the year?
Like, if you're,
to keep this whole studio employed, and to prove to the bean counters that like this is the plan, right? Like Bloodborne sells mega, that's great, but like the next one still has to be good to profitable. We can't just have misses.
Well,
just to say like we're bolstering the collection of old remakes.
Wait, like, what are we saying that Shadow of Colossus and Demon Souls did, right? I just have to assume those did fine for them. And I think if you continue along, like if you remade Uncharted 1 and 2 and 3, like I imagine those are gonna do fairly well for them.
Are we not getting burnout and fatigue on these remasters from Sony, though? Is the Sony audience going, you've already given me Last of Us 1 and 2, part 2, part 2.5, everything together so many times that I'm getting burnt out on this?
Yeah, but I think
are we still on this wheel?
Well, you're coming back to remasters. Like Last of Us Part 2 was a remaster. Last of Us Part 1, I think the Last of Us Part 1 is... I think there's some more specific scenarios where they keep remaking things / remastering things that are just too new. Horizon Zero Dawn didn't need a fucking remaster or a remake or whatever they're calling it, right? Like Last of Us Part 1, I like it because they made that game look like Last of Us Part 2. But at the end of the day, yeah, there's a fatigue from that one. I think if you go back a generation prior to that, don't remake PS4 shit. I'm saying go back to the PS3
Get
and
me
before.
back there, right, Blake?
Yeah, take me back. Yeah,
There's just like you and I both know that fatigue of like there's an excitement of nostalgia when you watch a Sony State of Play, and then there's a fatigue of going, oh, we just talked about this franchise. We just did this franchise.
We're also talking about the last few years of video games where we're getting remakes left and right, and they're revered. Like, are y'all gonna complain about RE4 remake? You know what I mean? Like,
No, of course
are we gonna
not,
complain about Silent Hill 2 remake? Or is this just a PlayStation?
Well, it's a PlayStation thing. Right now, Sony's track record here is showing us old games that aren't that old and trying to resell them to us. So it is a fatigue of Sony, you're not going into the deep catalog like you should, right? There is a lineup of games that you should be just diving in like Scrooge McDuck. And for some reason, we're staying in the shallows.
Yeah,
and
I agree with you there for sure.
That's the problem.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a Bluepoint problem.
Not a problem.
I think that's a PlayStation
talented.
problem. But Bluepoint, they've always been going back in the Duffy.
Yeah.
Right? Like Demon Souls and Shadow Colossus and the stuff they were doing before that as well, right? Like they've been giving people what they want. Continue to let Bluepoint give people what they want.
I love that.
That's all I'm saying.
I look forward to seeing what they do. The problem is now with the canceled God of War game, we are now 4 to 5 years out of whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Like the problem is we've just canceled whatever they're doing, and now we're resetting the table. So how far out are they really?
Oh, yeah. No, they're far. They're far.
Now another problem. It's like we just keep pushing it back.
Mike, we're going to keep going with this show, but before we do, I want to tell you about patreon.com/kindoffunny and youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, where you can go and get the Kind of Funny membership, which allows you to get shows ad-free. Speaking of ads, let us tell you about our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium, polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all outdoor adventures. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange them for a new pair or return them worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Y'all know that Tim Geddes has been outdoors a lot playing Pokemon Go, and he's been rocking his Shady Rays the entire time. Awesome to see him out and about looking dope. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. That's 300,001 if you include Tim.
And we're back. And I want to dive into some super chats we got in here. Tavin Balthal says, sorry I'm late, but are y'all aware Sly went open world-ish in Sly 2 and 3? I didn't know that. That's cool.
No, I'm not a big Sly guy. I never played the Sly games.
Yeah.
I bought them on my Vita, I remember. But I never played Sly Cooper.
Same. What if we... this is my pitch for a streaming series. You can keep this for years out. We don't have to do this anytime. But like, I need a rhyme here because I do like Sly guys. Bless and Mike, the Sly guys.
I like that. Okay, you want me to work some Sly in there?
Yeah, workshop that.
Okay.
But I feel like me and you going back and playing some Sly games would be
that would be
sick.
cool. I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
sure. Lakers Head in the chat wrote, "I just want Sly with a Splinter Cell type vibes. Can we do that?" And yeah, I mean, like if I was to bring back Sly, it'd be a 3D platformer, but it would be super stealth, like heavy stealth.
Okay.
You could see it.
I don't know what super stealth means.
You know, like the little robots are flying by and it's got the camera in the front and it's got a little light cone.
Okay.
And you got to avoid the light cone.
Okay.
It would be more like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Clawmaster says, I don't think people are tired of remasters or remakes, but there's a fatigue of remaking the same game 3 times in a row. Oh, they say roll 3 times in a row with Last of Us, which I agree with. I think
100%, that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think me and you align. I think we're just
we
saying,
very much align.
I think we're just saying different things.
I had to get the deepest out of Blessing on the conversation. You know that.
Oh yeah, bring out the best.
That's what I do.
I like a good spar on the show.
I'm Steve
especially when
Nash.
it's about video games.
I'm here to assist Bless. He's my all-star. You
Come
know
on.
that.
Digital Saga says, birthday tax. You guys make my commute. Would love for you to check out my solo dev project. No one leaves the field.
Okay.
No one leaves the field. I'm gonna copy and paste that.
Have a birthday. What was that? A birthday? Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Digital Sagas.
Shout out. We'll tell you, Blessing's putting it on the wish list.
It's on Steam. I don't know if I listen. I gotta see the game before I put it on my wish list. All right, my wish list is an exclusive bunch. Okay, I'm on the Steam page. Wow. Okay, this does take place in a field. A first-person folk horror game set on a cursed farm where the wheel shifts each time you enter. Search for your car keys, uncover the family's dark ritual, and beware, something ancient walks between the stalks.
Love it.
Love it.
Put it on there.
The Darman says, Sucker Punch should steal Ubisoft's lunch again and make the KKK revenge story they refused to make for Assassin's Creed. They should. I don't know if they... here's the thing. Would Sucker Punch do that, or would they also be like, actually, no, we don't want to do this?
You know what?
I don't know.
We're not ready for
I don't
that.
trust big corporations anymore. It's Topher 9000 says they should hire Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, just like in the film The Masterpiece. Or, sorry, just like in the film Masterpiece, The Internship.
You get it. You listen and you get it. Let's make sure Andy watches that movie. That's a great movie.
Dexter Schwarzler says KF needs to take a field trip to the eventual Clear Obscure Expedition 33 concert when it comes to LA. What are Mike's thoughts on that game?
I would haven't played it yet. Still high on my list. That'll be after Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Mm-hmm.
I said it was Expedition 33 or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I went with KDC 2. There's a lot of jabronis in the YouTube comments not giving me any notice, not giving me any love. You know what I mean? A lot of glaze. No cap.
What are you saying right now?
The kid in the YouTube comment knows what I'm saying.
I have no idea what that means.
He knows what I'm saying to him.
All right, and that is it for Super Chats. Let's hop in to... Oh, actually, no, we got one more that's still on topic. Jim C. writes in and says, in defense of the remasters, they often, 1, add accessibility features, and 2, they're a source of revenue that helps fund these bigger games. Here's the thing. I think we keep conflating remakes and remasters, and I understand because even the video games industry conflates the two. Bluepoint remakes video games. They go in, ground up, fucking make those games look fucking new. And I think that's a special talent. And I don't think that's just we're going to make money for the next, I don't think that's in the same way that you get remasters like Last of Us or whatever, whatever, to then help you stay afloat and fund your next project or whatever. Bluepoint is a studio that fucking does this shit. And I think that's a special talent as a studio. That's all I'm saying.
You don't have many of them doing that.
No.
You know what I mean? That's a special talent to have.
Which is why I like them doing it.
Yep.
But also, I just want that studio to do whatever they're going to do. If they're going to make a new game, make a new game.
You know what they should do?
What's that?
They should call up Obsidian Entertainment and give us Fallout New Vegas full remake we want.
That's my other thing, too, because we talked about the PlayStation games.
Call them up.
If you get Bluepoint in the licensing game, sky's the limit for what we can bring back.
There you go.
Look at the Metal Gear. I mean, I know they have Virtuous making Metal Gear games, but you get Bluepoint on that too.
Watch out.
I'm just saying, watch out. Story number 3. Incredibly clever new battle royale turns typos into a death sentence. This is from Claire Jackson at Kotaku. Mike, I added this one just for you.
You're the best.
Battle royales are a dime a dozen. Probably cheaper. While the premise of every player for themselves and winner takes all makes for a good multiplayer game, it's hard to find a battle royale game that offers a unique spin on those fundamental premises. But Final Sentence sure as hell seems like it might have found a distinctive enough concept to set itself apart. Gather a bunch of players in a room and have them type as fast as they can, with every typo leading to potential elimination. Developed by Button Mash, Final Sentence's premise and setup doesn't get any simpler. Put your butt in the chair and copy the text in front of you as accurately and quickly as possible. For every 3 typos you make, a masked man in a trench coat will load a bullet into a revolver, spin the cylinder, and fire it at you. If you're lucky, you can continue playing. If not, well, you're dead. The more times you trigger a spin of the cylinder, the more bullets your masked executioner loads into the gun. There's a demo available on Steam as part of Steam Next Fest. If the premise appeals to you, the game is expected to arrive in Q4 of 2025. I was minding my own business last night.
Playing Hades.
I was playing Hades 2, and also I was playing a review video game, and then I kept getting Steam notifications from Mike. Play Final Sentence demo with Mike, and I was like, oh, he's streaming, isn't he? Mike, you've been playing this.
Yeah, bless. I am pumped up about this. I played this last night with about 29 kind of funny best friends. We were able to fill up a lobby of 40 by ourselves and then have others come in and join. And this game was a ton of fun. This is a fun take on a battle royale, which is different, new, and exciting, right? It brings me back to F-Zero 99 or Tetris 99, where, hey, you might not like the Fortnites, you might not like battle royales in general, but there's something to be said when they do it really fun and new. And when you think of a typewriting, who can type the fastest words per minute, who can have the best accuracy and type against 40 others in a very stressful environment, this is a very grim look to this video game. There's a man with a mask and a 6-shooter revolver and about 40 desks around you with everybody head down typing, and all you hear is gunshots in the distance. And you get 3 strikes and you're out. And if you mess up from incorrectly spelling or you're too slow, the guy loads up the gun, he plays Russian roulette with it and points it at you. And nothing will get you to look down at your little typewriter letters faster than that, your keyboard. It's so much fun, Bless.
This is what I want. I want a game jam that's Squid Game core. Like, I want a game jam that's like, here are games that would fit in the show Squid Game, because that's some Squid Game shit.
Let's make Mario Party / Lego Party, but with like do or die Squid Game like game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
1000%.
Give me Fall Guys meets a very realistic, gritty, intense Squid Games-esque 100 people in the lobby. We cut you down by 20 each time until it's the final challenge of 5 people.
Come on. I like that.
But you're like this. I've been working on my typing because, as many people know, I'm a 1 finger each hand pecker type.
No, you're not.
That's how I type, Bless.
No, you're not.
I know. Blessing, back in the day, they pulled me out of typing class because I was in speech therapy.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get to be a part of the typing class.
Wait,
so I
hold
never
on.
learned how to type.
Hold on. You were in speech therapy.
Yeah. I was in it. 3rd grade was when I first started speech therapy because I can't say my R's. It was a whole thing. Don't worry about it. It was BS. It was bullshit. So here's the deal. Right when your favorite moment in 3rd and 4th grade, when they bring out the big old VHS TV, they'd plug in Bill Nye the Science Guy, Magic School Bus. What was the one that Drake was in? Degrassi.
They were not playing Degrassi for you in school.
They hit you with the Bill Nye the Science Guy. There'd be a knock at the door. And the speech therapy lady would show up, and she'd point at me.
We're going to teach you your R's.
She would pull me out of class. It was me and 2 other kids, and we'd sit in this tiny fucking box of a room, no windows, and we would have to just continue to work on it. And there was this little alligator game, where you push the teeth down. We would just play that all day.
Pretty sure me and you had the same childhood.
It was awful.
They did the same thing.
And so then in 6th grade, when it was, this was the final year, when it was ending, when we had electives, and it was like art, and then it went into like another one, and then one of them was typing, you're out. So I never learned how to type. So all these years, I typed like this. I look down. I have to look down. So now
you have to look down?
Yeah, I have to look at where the keys are. I'm getting better, though. I'm working on it. And so
have you thought about learning like the correct hand placement? Because I feel like that would fix a lot.
So I got Typing of the Dead, which is House of the Dead meets typing.
Yeah.
But also the problem is I have a gamer keyboard that doesn't have keys on it, doesn't have the letters on it, because it's super cool looking.
Yeah.
So that makes it really hard because you have to guess.
Why do you have that? Why is that a thing?
Because it's cool. Okay, 100 Thieves sold it. I had to buy it once.
I understand why they're called 100 Thieves now, because they fucking stole your money for that shit. That's crazy.
So there I am learning, right? And so thanks to Typing of the Dead in this game, I'm practicing my typing, and I'm trying, if you want to see the true challenge, is I try not to look down because I want to look down.
Yeah.
And so I'm practicing. I'm getting better. I also lost every single round, though.
Somebody asked you what your WPM was, your words per minute.
38.
38. That doesn't
solid.
sound...
That's a solid number. Thank you.
Is that a solid number?
Pretty solid if you ask me.
I don't know what a good WPM is. I'm not checking.
If you want to be good, you're probably anywhere from 70 to 100.
Oh God,
that's good. You know what I mean?
It's easy. Like you just have to have
38 is terrible.
Like,
somebody said.
You see ASDF, right? You got your pinky on the A. You got your index on the F. You got your other pinky on like the semicolon, and then your index on the J. Like that's kind of like your prime positioning.
It's that T.
Like that
Then they started hitting me with semicolons
Yeah.
and dashes, and I don't know where the semicolon is without a keyboard without the letter on it.
Why do you have a keyboard without the letter on it? Buy a regular keyboard.
Very cool.
Buy an actual keyboard.
It's very cool.
Jesus
100
Christ.
Thieves, send me this shit. What are we doing 5 years later? Send it to me.
Have you ever thought about just drawing the letters onto,
This-
onto the keyboard?
There's gotta be someone that works there.
Get a Sharpie
Send
and
me
draw
this
on.
shit.
Golly. Story number 4. Summer Game Fest 2026 dates and new venue have been announced. This is Ed Nightingale at Eurogamer. Jeff Keighley has revealed the dates for next year's Summer Game Fest event, as well as a change of venue. The event will take place in the first weekend of June, beginning with the live kickoff showcase on June 5th. This showcase will take place in person at the Dolby Theater in LA, which has been used for multiple gaming events in the past. The event will also be streamed online for those not able to make it. Now, if you're wondering, Dolby Theater, that sounds familiar, because that's where me and Andy were.
You
for the
went
Elden
there.
Ring concert.
So that is Jeff Keighley moving his show from the YouTube theater, which was attached to SoFi, right?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person.
Okay, someone let me
I've not
know in
been
the
there.
comments below. He was in the YouTube theater. I know that for sure.
Is that the same one as Game Awards? Which one is Game Awards?
No, that's the Microsoft theater. That's the one by
Yes.
Crypto.
That's the one
arena.
that's by like
The Lakers arena.
what's the hotel that we all gather at? and
The
hang out at?
W.
The W, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that one. That's Microsoft. That might have changed names though.
Or the JW. That's the Marriott.
The JW, yeah.
That's
Yes,
also
it's at SoFi. Damn, YouTube is all the way at SoFi's where you had them going. Okay, so where is this Dolby theater?
I don't know, man. I was in my Uber looking at my phone playing Magic.
What's that?
I don't fucking
You gotta
know.
put the
It's in
phone
Hollywood.
down,
No, it's in
look
Hollywood.
around.
It's in Hollywood.
Okay, it's in Hollywood.
Yeah,
okay.
it's the same place I believe they have the Oscars at.
And was it nice?
It was very nice.
Was it quite large?
Yeah, it was big.
How big do you think? How many people could he put in there?
Oh, I don't know, man. I didn't get a good look. We were by the time we got there, we were kind of late, and like people were in our seat, and so I only.
Oh no, they were in your seats.
Yeah.
They get up, no problem though.
No. We got there. They were in our seat, and we were like showing them the phone of like, hey, this is our seat, and then they showed us theirs, and we were like, oh, okay, that seems like an issue. So we go back and we had to get the usher to kick them out of the
no.
seat. Yeah. So we were like, is it our wrong? We're like, no, these are our seats.
Oh,
or
this is
whatever.
quite large.
Yeah.
Now, will he sell out to the tippy top? Probably not. Maybe second story there. Jeff Keighley, call us. How big you thinking on going? You know what I mean?
For Summer Game Fest.
Because there's 4 stories there.
Maybe he's gonna announce a game there. He's gonna get people in.
Tickets better be free if they're gonna put him at the tippy
Like,
top.
you don't think people are going to Summer Game Fest like that? He's upgrading for a reason. They must have been selling out like crazy at the SoFi.
Unless he's doing some activations outside for half a day, either before or after, then no, I'm not attending that.
I mean, what if Jeff Keighley's partnering with a radio show to give out free tickets? You know what I mean? Call in, tell us your prediction for Game of the Year.
What up, everybody? It's 95.7 Mike and Bless here on the mics and ones and twos. We got free tickets to Summer Game Fest. Hey,
caller.
gamers out there, call us in.
On the 8th caller has to answer, some fucking shit about GTA 6 because that will get out by then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he has some GTA 6 there. Maybe, I don't know. Performance. Get out some artists, some musical artists that were in the game.
He'll be big.
Could be big. That's what they did for summer or for it wasn't even called Game Awards. It was like the GVAs, GXs,
Okay.
where they had like a post show with Tyler the Creator and a bunch of GTA artists.
I love that. I love this.
But this is very exciting stuff. Mike, sounds like it's gonna be a big year for Summer Game Fest. But if I wanted something smaller, say the tiniest news I need to know about, where would I go?
Bless, I'd take you to our last story, the Wii News channel, where we cover all the small news items you need to know about.
Story number 5 is Wii News from VGC. Now PlayStation The Concert has seemingly started canceling 2026 dates as well. More dates have been canceled for the troubled PlayStation The Concert. This time they're in Europe. And so...
Troubled concert. What's troubling about this?
I don't know.
They're just playing soundtracks from the video game.
It's troubled because they just got canceled. You know what I mean?
Because nobody's going.
I guess.
That's what it's got to be.
I wasn't on the
sales?
show, but like I assume... Yeah,
Tim said his ticket's still there. They
mean,
haven't officially canceled San Francisco.
They probably will
next.
at some point. Yeah, he'll be next.
They'll be next. Don't worry about it.
Tim was saying that the show was kind of whack, and so
Okay.
maybe that's it. Assassin's Creed franchise boss Mark Alexis Cote has left Ubisoft after 20 years.
Wow.
The wild one.
Okay.
From VGC via Noble, Capcom says it's reviewing the pricing of the Capcom Cup 12 and the SFL World Championship pay-per-view after fan backlash.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can definitely see that.
This is a fun one. Unco Technica, the retro poopy precision platformer, splashes onto PC via Steam on November 19th. Check out the new Steam Next Fest demo out now. I saw this in my email and I was like,
A lot of Steam Next Fest demos. Get out there, play them.
it's Steam Next Fest because there's always a fest on Steam, which is a great thing. But also, Kevin, if you can pull up, I have like the link to the trailer for Unco Technica because in my email, they sent me the email subject line, find a toilet ASAP. Poop platformer Unco Technica plops onto PC. And I was like,
This was like me in Vegas with Roger.
What do you mean?
I had to poop.
Oh. Why?
And Roger wouldn't let me.
You didn't go in the hotel before you
No,
left?
no, I got food poisoning.
Oh,
I was dying inside.
damn.
And Roger didn't know I was being a brave boy.
So as you can see, it's like a little 2D platformer. There's a butt, the poop comes out the butt.
Oh, okay.
Butt,
Yeah, that's cool.
And you gotta like guide the poop to the toilet. It seems fun. I don't know. I saw this in my email. It was a great way to wake up.
It looks fun. I don't know.
I don't know. And then final Wii news for you. Everybody, ladies, gentlemen, and bees. It was a bug.
This is crazy.
It was a bug.
This is crazy.
If you watched our Lego Party Let's Play from a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but there was some there was a big climactic moment toward the end.
You know what? It turned out to be a very competitive and insane ending to this that you need to go check out for sure.
Mike tweeted about it yesterday. He put out a tweet.
I'm doing better at promoting.
Nice.
I have a little sticky note that says Mike every single day. Put out one tweet about promoting something that you love.
Good for you. Good for you. Mike promoted this. And then in a reply, SMG Studio.
Shout out.
Well, shout out SMG. They made a great game.
Great game.
Except
game.
fuck Lego Party, but it's a great game. They made Lego Party and they replied, you were coaching the team for the strategic way to play.
Thank you.
Great session. And sorry at Blessing Jr. for the slow roller bug.
Oh, shit. A bug?
It was a bug. Because I swear to God, I clicked that shit at the perfect timing. I couldn't have pressed that button any better.
It looked right to me.
It was not right. Rewatch the video and see how quickly that shit jumps from 8 to 1.
Go over there, run the views up on that. We've been doing a really good job of bringing the team together, playing on Fridays. It's been a ton of fun. So if you love more party mode-esque Friday gameplay sessions, continue to comment down in those videos. Let Tim know we love getting to play games together.
Mike, I want that run back. All right.
Oh, I'd love to.
I need that run back in
love
Lego
to.
Party because I can't go out that way. That was fucked up. I should have won. Spoilers. And that is it for Wii News. Before we get out of here, let's take another look at Super Chats for you. Kyle LaBeouf says, 110 WPM here. Get good, Snowbike.
Wow, 110 is crazy.
That's wild.
Holy shit, I'd be pecking away if I'd get 110.
I'll test my WPM. How long does it take? Just a minute?
Oh, it's seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume you just type for a minute, right?
Turbotype.com or something like that. Where's Washy to yell at the fun game? There's different typing games on the websites that you can just go to, and then boom, you immediately type away.
He says use Monkey Typer. I think I think I've done that one before.
Yeah, there you go.
Monkey Typer. I'll do that. I won't do that here.
He'll let us know.
Unless there's a way for me to cast my laptop to Kevin so that he can then pull it up. So that
I mean, you
we
could,
can do
but
this
yeah.
live.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible.
Yeah.
We're late in the show. We ain't
It's
got
all right.
time.
We'll do it tomorrow.
That's not great audio content. Me just typing.
We all just go dead silent watching you type.
Yeah. Max Lem Game says, birthday tax a day late. Thanks for being an inspiration to me.
Happy birthday, homie.
And so many others around the globe. Jurston7 says, Mike, I had to relearn typing on my 65% high ground keyboard because it was one column shifted over because they stuffed in the arrow keys. I've been 100 thieved.
See?
Y'all got to get better. Y'all got to return these
They had to
things.
relearn how to type because they fucked it up.
Just buy a new keyboard
They are
or
pretty
return
dope.
it.
They got cool keyboards. Shout out to High Ground. High Ground keyboards. Very cool.
Y'all got to keep the
Very
receipts.
cool shit.
Optimistic 92 says, Mike, when it comes out, I want the team to play RV there yet.
Yes. That was the one I thought you were talking about. It looks like Peak, but you and 4 friends are driving an RV up a mountain, and you're going to have to navigate different like obstacles with the RV where it will require you to come out. The 4 of you will have to like put up planks while one drives over them. Looks really fun.
Okay, that's really
It's
cool.
like Peak, but with
an RV.
Yeah.
People are so creative. The penultimate conquest says, paying the marriage tax. I got married.
Oh.
I got married this Saturday, and just wanted to say thank you to all the kind of funny for getting me through the stress of these past couple of months.
That's beautiful.
Happy marriage.
Congratulations.
Nightlife 2025 says, blessing Mike, you guys are great. Lisa says hi. Hello, Lisa.
Lisa, what up? Thank you so much for the kind words.
Thank you so
Always
much.
trying my best.
And I believe that is it. Yeah, that's it for Super
It was a good
Chats.
day. It was a good episode.
Yeah, we did it.
I felt like I was in the bag.
Yeah, you brought out my argumentative side when it
And
came
that's
to the
what I have
remaster
to
remake
do.
stuff.
I got to get him on it.
I've been trying to get better at arguing. You know what I mean? Because I've always been I'm not gonna lie, I've always felt self-conscious about my ability to make arguments. Because I feel like I get too in the weeds
You got to get deep
about
into your
things.
master debater, son.
Man, I gotta become a master debater for sure. Yeah. I'm working on it. Maybe I'll take a persuasive class if they teach those. I don't know.
I like that.
Kindoffunny.com/you're wrong. Rewrite in, let us know what we got wrong as we got it wrong so we can correct it for those watching later on YouTube and listening later on podcast services around the globe. Let's see here. Kebabs writes in with a missed news from yesterday. The Croc remaster is getting a Platinum Edition update. Turns out the original game didn't have enough trophies to warrant a Platinum, so Agronaut added a time trial mode to warrant more trophies. That's not you're wrong. That's not you're wrong. Oh, here we go. Jeppo 1457 says, small Wii news. Yakuza Kiwami 3 pre-orders start on October 30th. Blessing. Everybody's trying to get me to play. No, it's not time. Because it's been time. I've tried like 4 different Yakuza
I just
games.
want you to know, there will be a moment where I look at you and I'm going to play every single Yakuza game.
I believe
for
it.
2 months. And I'm not going to stop.
I'm going to tell you.
Only going to play Yakuza games for 2 months straight.
If you think 2 months is enough for you to play Yakuza, I think you're highly mistaken.
Well,
So you might knock out one of them in 2
that
months.
might be. We'll see. We'll find out. It's crazy time.
And then one more from Bob who says Bluepoint pitched Sony the God of War games as a service game. They assisted development of Ragnarok and said that the start of the generation that they didn't want to do remakes anymore. Did they say they didn't want to do remakes anymore, or did they say they're making original content? Because you're talking to somebody who was on PS I Love You for like 3 years.
We're going to do a little research on that.
Because I don't recall them saying they don't want to make remakes anymore. I just remember them saying they're making original content.
I like it.
Which that original content ended up being a canceled God of War game. And so,
God of War.
who knows?
What do you want?
What do you want? Mike, that's it for Kind of Funny Games Daily. We did it. Another episode in the bag. Of course, this has been Kind of Funny Games Daily, where each and every week they run you through the nerdy news you need to know about live on YouTube, Twitch, and on podcast services around the globe. If you love what we do, support us with the Kind of Funny membership on Patreon or YouTube to get all of our shows ad-free, watch us record them live, and get a daily exclusive show. Enjoy the Gamescast next and KFP after and the stream after that. But until next time, Game Daily.